Hey there, it's Shauna. I hope you're doing great. This is your weekly astrology forecast for July 3rd. And this week is all about finding your inner phoenix because you'll have opportunities this week to connect with your inner strength, inner power, and you also may have opportunities to transform the way that you think about things or even just literal situations in your daily life. So I'll share the astrology of this week with you, and then I have 3 tips for you to have an amazing week. So the first aspect is we have Mercury squaring Uranus, and this is all about breaking up mental patterns. This is about trying something totally different, and it's a good week to be open to new ideas, to trying things that to try something that you wouldn't normally try, whether that's taking a different route with a project, even just having a conversation that you would normally never have with someone. Try something new, try something different, especially if you are feeling stagnant in a certain situation. That energy is supporting you this week. And you might be surprised when you try something new, maybe it doesn't work, but then it makes you think of something else. So that's great energy for this week. The second aspect that's happening this week is we have a full moon in the sign of Capricorn. And this full moon is going to feel a little intense, so I have some tips for you to really handle the energy. Full moons are a time when our emotions are heightened, or they reflect the time when our emotions are heightened, and when it's a time when anything that's been bothering you or anything that's been unconscious can come up so that you can process it in a healthy way. And so this full moon is exact on Saturday or Sunday, depending on your time zone. Pacific time, it's exact on Saturday, July 8th at about 9:07 p.m. Universal time, it's exact Sunday at about 4 a.m. And then Australian Eastern time, it's exact Sunday at about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So this full moon is intense because it's Capricorn. Capricorn is all about claiming your inner power and your inner authority and success and achievement. And this full moon is aspecting Pluto, which is about transformation. It's about tearing away what is no longer necessary. It's about that birth, death, rebirth process. And then this full moon is also aspecting Mars, which is about asserting yourself and being strong and having that that warrior kind of energy. So this is a dynamic full moon. It may be a time where lots of intense feelings come up. Again, where there may be points this week where you get triggered, where something that almost feels like an emotional sting comes up. But it's so that you can process that, so that you can work through it, so that you can feel it, and so that it's not unconscious anymore. And so it's not like running in the background of your mind, so to speak. So that leads me to the tips for this week. So tip number 1 is to definitely look at the latter part of your week, look at your calendar, and especially Thursday, Friday, Saturday, allow for some downtime for yourself. So if you need to as you're planning your week, if you want to fit in some yoga or some meditation or some journaling, or even if it's just an evening at home, that's great to do in preparation for the full moon, because I find that people usually feel the most intense and emotional in the days leading up to the full moon. So like Thursday, Friday, Saturday are great to just get some chill time, to have some time with yourself so that you can process, so that you can feel your best, really. So that's tip number 2, to get some downtime somewhere in there. Tip number 2 is to meditate on a question this week. So this is especially because of the Mercury Uranus energy. And so Uranus, the way it works is you get like this light bulb, you have like this light bulb moment where there's a new idea or something just kind of pops into your head, and meditation helps with this a lot. I get most of my ideas for the things that I'm working through, or a new project that I want to do. I get those when I meditate. It's kind of crazy how it works. So something that you can do this week is to sit down and meditate and decide, even write down something that you want to work on, or something that you want clarity on, or maybe you want an answer. Maybe it's yes or no, maybe it's just guidance. But to write that down, or just intend that you want to work with that. And then just sit and meditate. You don't even have to think about the problem. And then you like, who knows, we'll see what happens. Let me know what happens. But you might get something then, something might pop into your head later in the week. But that's really helpful for this week. So that's tip number 2, to meditate on a question or on something that you want clarity on. And then tip number 3 is along these same lines. Tip number 3 is to take a different route this week. And so I'm going to leave that up to you on how you want to do this, but this is also the breaking up routines, and it allows for new information to come in. So whether that is taking a different route to work, taking a different route with a project, it could even be having a conversation with someone that you wouldn't normally have, anything you want, but try something new this week. Take a different approach. And you might be surprised at how that opens up your mind this week. So those are your tips for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it and share it with a friend. I love to get these messages out to as many people as possible. And if you want to go deeper into the astrology, you can listen to the podcast that I co-host. It's called The Feminine Principle: Astrology for Authentic Living. And if you want to get a reading with me, you can book that on my website, neofeminine.com. And you can connect with me on Instagram, Neofeminine Astrology. I'm wishing you an amazing week, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.